Right now we are exploring the most unexplored place in all of India. It's the capital of Lakshadweep, Kavaratti. And Lakshadweep, it's about 36 small islands, about 400 kilometers off the coast of India. And Kavaratti is the most developed island and this Union Territory's capital city. This place is closer to the Maldives than it is to India. So it's this collection of incredibly tropical and incredibly beautiful islands where people mainly come for scuba diving, for snorkeling and chilling out on the beach. Tourism has only just been opened up actually. That's why this place is so unexplored, because foreigners weren't allowed to come here once upon a time. That's changed now. You can get here on a tourist visa, and I'll tell you why foreigners weren't allowed to come here soon. This region is very, very important for India. So let's go and explore this unexplored tropical capital. So the first thing you need to know about Kavaratti, it is about 96.5% Muslim. So I'm walking through the street down here. I'm seeing a lot of green and I'm seeing a lot of animals being kept. So they're keeping ducks here, they're keeping goats here, they're keeping cows here for eating. They are quite self-sufficient here on this island. And you have to be when you're so far away from the mainland, right? They only have ships coming out here. There is an airport, but that's expensive, right? To ship things through air. This is the reason that most people come to Lakshadweep and to Kavaratti, for scuba diving, for this incredible water. I've done it, and there's vlogs about, you know, all the water sports and everything you can do here. It's just paradise. It is a tropical island paradise. But anyway, enough of that. You've seen all that. Let's head into the town and we'll explore Kavaratti with a local. Am I the only one who gets excited to see a new number plate? Like when I'm on a road trip, right? I'm always looking for rare number plates, and this has got to be one of the rarest number plates in all of India, LD. We're exploring by bike today, and we've got a Royal Enfield all the way out here. It's awesome. I'm happy. Behind us in white here we have the administrator's residence, the person who kind of governs Lakshadweep here, this Union Territory. And then out here, he is right on the beach. Check out how beautiful that beach is. And you've got some kids, they're literally just playing on a makeshift boat out there. So in Dubai, for example, the people come from the sand. The sand is their playground. Here the people are from the water. The water is totally their playground, and I can relate to it coming from New Zealand, where we're surrounded by water and there's hundreds of beaches around the place. So yeah, I feel right at home here in Lakshadweep. I'm riding around here with Nishant, and he tells me that most of the islanders actually leave the island and go to the mainland for work afterwards. But there are jobs here in tourism, and that's exactly what he studied. So in all of Lakshadweep, there is just one Hindu temple, and here it is. Let's go and have a quick look now. Shri Mahadev. This temple is huge. There are about 5 different temples here, or rooms for worship at this Hindu temple. It is, yeah, it's a beautiful tropical island temple. It's very, very unique. I haven't quite seen a temple like this one before. You've got a lot of this brass, and it's all open air, and you've got the wind coming in and cooling you. It's a very peaceful place. And you guys won't believe that, but that temple is made by the Muslims of Lakshadweep. Designed and painted as well. There was a Muslim guy busy painting it there. So that's a really sweet thing to see. That kind of inclusivity you'll find here in Lakshadweep. Even though it is a Muslim majority, and there are about 56 mosques here. And right now we're just riding past the Dweep Raksha, the island protectors. That's the name of the quite big naval base here on Lakshadweep. And I'll talk about this in a second, because this is one of the reasons why foreigners weren't allowed here in the past. Now this part of the island, it is very, very narrow. You can see both waters from either side, and it's called by the locals chicken neck because it is so thin. Look at that, right there and right over there. Wow, paradise. This is Lakshadweep's jail. There's no one guarding it even. I don't know how many people are in there. You got any bad boys in there?
1 or 2 max.
1 or 2 max. Oh, there's chickens guarding the jail actually. There's a lot of chickens and a couple of gardeners. We're at the very southern tip of the island now, and the Coast Guard is literally their base, is right here. And that brings me to why foreigners weren't allowed here in the past. This is a very, very important and strategic place for India. It's 400 kilometers from mainland India, so it extends India's economic reach out into this ocean. And so they have a naval base here, and that extends India's reach of their navy and the army, so they can have refueling stations on this island. Their planes don't have to fly back so far to mainland to refuel. So it's a very strategic place, Lakshadweep. It is the gateway to India, and it is on the largest shipping route or trade route in the world, in the Indian Ocean and the Arabian Sea. So it is so important, and that's why I'm guessing they've kept foreigners away from here in the past, simply to guard their interests here. They might have thought it was high risk, but you know, they've realized it's not so high risk, so they've allowed foreigners back. Partly it's because they want to protect the locals as well. You know, when tourism comes here, when other people come here and buy land, yeah, it definitely changes things here. So let's hope Lakshadweep can stay the way it is, no? You guys can see these fishermen out here too. Fishing is the #1 job here and source of income in all of Lakshadweep. Tourism's gonna start increasing, but their fishing and their fish, I mean, you are served fresh fish here. I've had more fresh fish here than I did have on the Andaman Islands when I went there, and there's an entire Andaman Island playlist as well. And I'll talk more about both Andamans and Lakshadweep in another video. The locals have been planting all these coconut trees that you can see behind me. It's kind of like Chhattisgarh. People here really, really care about their environment. It's such a small environment they have, right? It's something like 3.5 kilometers squared, this area, so they know to look after it. We're walking through the jungle because there's a massive shipwreck out here. The ship came from Mumbai, was carrying cement and other kinds of goods and got into some trouble. It's a bit sad. Such a beautiful ocean and a damn ship stuck in there with all that cement dumping into it. And actually this ship is the biggest risk to this area because of all the stuff that is on it. There's parts of the ship all over the beach, all littered over the beach. And there's people even playing on the ship and fishing off that ship, climbing it. Oh my God, so dangerous. They've got a beautiful botanical garden, and it's right opposite the Lakshadweep Administration Secretariat. This is where Lakshadweep is managed from, basically, inside all these beautiful white buildings. And I've seen a lot of fancy buildings here. There are some very, very beautiful homes here. And I was just talking to my guide, and there is 0.2% crime rate here. There's basically no crime here, but he said that's changing because people are going outside of the islands and they're learning bad ways from mainland India when they go there for studying or whatever. And you know, that honestly does not surprise me. We all know the crooks and we all have to deal with the stuff in our everyday lives on mainland India. It's a shame that things are changing here. I'm sure there's things they can do to slow it down and to keep the crime rate so low here. And tourism is not a big thing here yet. Still not a big thing here. But I guess as these videos come out, more and more people will want to come here. And it's a good thing and it's a bad thing, right? It'll bring money here, but plastic is already growing here, my guide was saying. So it'll bring with it negatives as well. So I really, really hope that tourism is managed here, because it will definitely start to boom. I guarantee it. We've arrived at a traditional Lakshadweep Hotel, and by hotel they mean restaurant. It's a common phrase that they use here in India. Or I guess you call it a dhaba, like a roadside store where you can get like, you've got like samosas here, you've got laddus, vada, some kind of deep fried bread maybe, and of course chai. And this place is called Dubai Chai Akara. Come, let's go and drink some tea, because there's no alcohol on Lakshadweep. I guess people might brew it at home themselves, but generally it is a completely dry union territory, just like Gujarat. Gujarat's a state though. But you can still find alcohol in Gujarat. It's definitely not an alcohol-free place, unlike Lakshadweep is. And that's perfect for me because I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do nothing. But I do drink tea. Assalamu alaikum. Kaise? Cup tea good? Good. Yum. So this is a donut or butter?
Kind of donut, local one.
It's a local donut. Look at that. Let's try. Yeah, it's a donut. Donut and tea. It's like America, donut and coffee. Really good. The donut isn't very sweet though. It doesn't have much sugar. It's good. And so for the tea and the donut, it is just 15 rupees. 5 rupees for tea, 10 rupees for the donut. Incredibly cheap at these local roadside dhabas across India actually. Now if you're wondering about internet on the island, BSNL and Airtel are here. They say it's 4G, but it's not, it's 2G speeds. I guess that's because it's coming off a satellite. And then also the petrol price, 110 rupees per litre, and they have a limit of only 20 litres per person per month for a motorcycle. So yes, severely limited here. And one thing I love to see is how they are supporting the Swachh Bharat campaign. Our lagoon, our seashore, keep it neat and keep it clean. And up over here we have their sports ground. Check it out. It's where they play cricket, soccer. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, right? Sports is the most important thing, or one of the most important things. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
How are you?
Hi.
We're just passing through the school now. It's Friday, so it's a day off for the kids here. And one thing I've noticed is all the girls cycling around, all the girls having fun together, all the girls riding scooters and everything. Girls are treated exactly the same as boys here and have the same freedoms on Lakshadweep, and they're educated the same, if not more, because maybe boys will drop out and go do a job or something. So yeah, it's very equal here on Lakshadweep. We're just riding along Beach Road now, and you can see this beautiful blue lagoon here, turquoise. Wow. I'm just climbing up to the most famous mosque here in all of Lakshadweep, Ujra Mosque, but foreigners aren't allowed in, okay? And I've noticed this happens a little bit in the south. There's a lot of temples as well, which I'm not allowed in as a foreigner. I mean, sometimes they say it affects the purity of the place if a non-believer comes in, which is rubbish, but I respect that. Now we can get in there, but we have to go, and it's a long process. We have to apply for permissions to go in there, and it'll take a committee of people to decide on that. So yeah, you need time. You're gonna have to do it in advance if you want to go and visit Ujra Mosque. Okay, so we can get in, it's just a pain to do it. And actually inside it's all wood carvings, beautiful, beautiful wood carvings. And from the outside I can see it's kind of like a Kashmiri mosque. That's what it looks like. In Kashmir they use a lot of wood in their mosques as well, and they have a mosque entirely made out of wood. I think it's Jamia Masjid, and that is a must visit place when you're in Srinagar, and anybody can go there. It's fine. Most of the shopping and the business area are around the jetty, but you do find little small shops around the place like this, and like our friend's shop here. Hello Ji. Assalamu alaikum. Kaise? This is your shop?
Yeah.
What do you sell?
Gents shop.
You sell chadis? Chadi hai?
Chadi nahi.
Oh, no chadis. This is not Khalji Chadi ki dukaan. This is normal clothes. Hey, they do have chadis. Look. Chadi. So you might be wondering, how do these people get water when they're surrounded by the ocean? How do they get drinking water? Well, they have a desalination plant right here, and it's amazing. 100 liters, and they get 1 liter of drinking water. That's not good maths, no? I wonder how much of it gets wasted. Anyway, they need it, and they have the plant right here, and a number of the islands around here have these desalination plants. And now if you're greeting the locals here, do not use Ram, okay? You need to use Assalamu alaikum, because it's a Muslim population, and every single person will greet you back beautifully with that saying as well. So dosto, Assalamu alaikum. बहुत सुंदर है. और ये क्या है? What is this? What's happening?
We're having a visit.
Oh, a visit here. You're going to the, is it the gardens or?
Yeah.
Okay. So the kids in here, they're coming to learn about medical plants in a government garden where they're growing, I guess, like ingredients for medical purposes, Ayurvedic purposes, and to make drugs. So you've got a lot of beautiful kind of plants in here that they're using for that purpose. One thing you always notice about people who live on the islands here, whether it's Andaman, whether it's Lakshadweep, they are so soft and sweet. What you're seeing right there is a marriage dance, and you've got the bride sitting in the middle there while their friends dance around her. And that reminds me about marriages here. So the guy goes to the girl's house after marriage. It's the opposite of a Hindu wedding, and this is called Gar Jamai. And that's exactly what I am. I'm a Gar Jamai. I went to my wife's house after I got married. And also, the guy doesn't take dowry here. Actually, the guy pays dowry to the girls' side. So a couple of big differences between Hindu marriage and Islamic marriage. I don't know how I got married. I got married for the Special Marriages Act, which allows 2 different religions to get married here in India, actually. Even though I don't follow any religion, my idea of religion is just be a good person, and when I die, if there's a God up there, he'll be happy with my efforts of being a good person. That's the most important thing to me in life. What a day. I am so happy. You can probably tell how much fun I had exploring Kavaratti with a local and going to all these local places. And you know, the local that I went with, he didn't ask me for any money. I told him I'd give him some money. He's like, no, I can't take it. You know, it's a pleasure to have you here and to take you around. You know, at least I wanted to pay for his fuel for his bike ride, but he wouldn't let me. And that is the kind of hospitality you are going to find here at Lakshadweep. And at these Lakshadweep, I mean, the government run resorts, and the people here are just fantastic. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and check out the rest of my Lakshadweep videos. This place is incredible, India. Jai Hind.